Section 107 Fair Use allows us to talk about it, and that's what we're here to do. Please don't go out of your way to dislike anybody we talk about in these videos. It is for entertainment purposes only. It is my opinion and my opinion only. Now, baby, what's going over here in Jasmineville? Honey, let's talk about it for a second, okay? Now, this girl is so down. She's so depressed. She's so sad that she can't get up. She can't do nothing. But she sure can go live for 3 hours. Boy, I found that very, very funny. I'm like, this girl's on here talking for 3 hours. Why? Because the Davis 4 is gone and she only got one. And she's talking about absolutely nothing. She's trying to tell us how, oh, Chris didn't leave me. He left Legendary. Girl, he left both of y'all in the dust. Have you not realized that? Have you not put that in your head that he has moved on to greener pastures? He has not only put Legendary in the past, but he's put you in the past. If he decides to come back, it will probably be for Legendary. He will want to see him and talk to him. At this point, Jasmine doesn't care if he calls and says, let me just talk to my son, and doesn't say one word to her. As long as she is able to answer the phone and try and get her pleas in, her bigs, come back home, and whatever the case may be, she is okay with that. That's number one. But number two, to say that you are so down and out, but we see you on live for 3 hours, took me out the ballpark. But the best thing that she said that baby had me laughing for days is she talking about, well, y'all know I've been thinking, right? And the worst thing you could do is let a woman think. So I've been thinking, and I know that next time, right? Next time, my standards are going to be this high. And she's pointing up to the roof. She's pointing up to the roof. But then she swings it and says, and if Chris comes back, my standards are going to be so high, I'm not going to put a... What? Now, what'd you say? Hold on. If you raise your standards higher, right, and you try to tell everybody you're not going to accept no crap, then how can in the next breath you say, if Chris come back, my standards are going to be this high? First off, if you were raising your standards, then, honey, you wouldn't be letting him anywhere back near you, around you, or anything else. If a man not only cheated on you, right, but then ghosted you, then didn't help you pay for your rent, supposedly, allegedly, from what you say, your car is supposed to be still up for repo, supposedly you couldn't make the rent, so he showed that he didn't care about you, none of your children, and he definitely didn't care about his own, because he didn't even come through to make sure that you had a roof over your head before he had his exit strategy, right? He didn't make sure that you even had a car to drive around with you and his son in it. He didn't care. So what standard could you have for letting a man that did everything that you claim that Chris has done to you come back? That means your standards are super low. I was like, oh goodness, now your standards are going to be high, but if he come back, it's going to be higher. Girl, letting him back, let us know. I mean, what are you going to do different this time? You told us that you picked this man up at some store that was standing out there and was homeless, and he had a dog and a sign. Baby, what you going to do next time? You going to upgrade and go to POF? I mean, come on. I'm trying to make sense of it. What are you going to do this time so that you know that your standards are higher? I mean, you went from worse to worse. You went from Philip to Chris. And then you're going to say, well, now my standards are going to be higher. So let me guess. This time what? You're going to make sure that they at least have a car that they can live in. You're going to make sure that the sign says we'll work for food, so you know you can find them a job sooner rather than just put change in the cup. I mean, are you going to what? Go find someone and make sure that they have had a vasectomy so that you cannot reproduce with them? I mean, what standards have you put out there for us to believe that you're doing absolutely anything? We still see you sitting around here sad, mopey, moldy, and depressed. I mean, come on. Once again, when is it going to kick in? Typical women, yeah, you'll be hurt at first, but then you on camera, you're going to be like, oh, let me go get this wig smacked on. Let me go put some makeup on. Let me look good. Let me show him what he missing. You get into that revenge mode. You get into that let me get myself back together mode. And yet you have been over here for months. You said that you knew it was over. And now we see you on here for almost a whole month dragging out this storyline. So I guess your standards are going to go from 0 to 1. Baby, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it. So I'm going to see y'all in the comments.